Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. It is Saturday, May 30th, 2026. I am the DJ Atomica, and we are back with a Song of Sunlight. This has proven to be a highly creative game, very interesting. Frankly, I'm not sure how long the game is, but it's feeling like we're only just getting started with it, which is very cool. It's proven to have a very slick sense of style. Its story has touched on some very interesting ideas, and I think we've basically just had our inciting incident in the story. So if my knowledge of conventional story arcs is sound, we should be in for quite a ride. Probably not going to be streaming for as long as I usually do today. I usually stream for about 3 hours at a time if I can manage it. But I'm probably going to end about a half an hour early today just because I have a bunch of things I need to get done today for preparation for Ender Empress's 24-hour debut stream that's happening tomorrow. So everyone go check that out if you get the chance. But I've been in the render mines working on rendering out some shots from Blender to put in a lore video that is going to be shown during the celebrations. But it's time to take a break, play a Song of Sunlight, unwind with a game whose combat induces palm sweating stress in me. But whatever the case, I'm here for the story, and the story has been very intriguing so far. So, let us begin without further delay. I did save this time. And it seems the save took. Alright, now, the mission, as it presently stands, is find a messenger and let them know what you want to do. Because we are... Yes, here we are. I quickly found a messenger and told him what I wanted to do. Well, there it is. Mission accomplished. What was that? A minute? 2? I probably spent a minute and a half just talking, so 30 seconds, one mission already completed. We're on a pretty good clip. If we extrapolate this out to the rest of the stream, we're going to be unstoppable. He was surprised, but passed my message along, insisting I rest at the temple at least until my shift began. Right, so we are Aram. We were assigned to be a not a scout. I forget exactly the word they used. A sentry. Sentry is the word they used. At the outskirts of our village on this seemingly sequestered island. And our job was, among a couple other people, to guard the entrance to the well, which is this mysterious stone staircase that descends into the earth, from which horrifying creatures sometimes wander out into the daylight, though usually 1 foot in the grave already. They're usually pretty beaten, basically already dead, and it's our job to just sort of mop them up and keep them from getting into the village. But the other day, our first day on shift, a very lively, undamaged monster came out of the well and killed almost all of our companions. Only one survived, and of course we did as well. But to rescue our companion, we had to enter the well, which was explicitly forbidden by the village elders and by our culture in general. It is said that if anyone enters the well, they are dead, or they are at least considered dead. I imagine there's some ambiguity there that we're going to get into eventually, but as it stands right now, we and the person we rescued are keeping our mouths shut about the fact that we had to go into the well to save them. Now, another aspect here is that inside the well appears to be some kind of massive underground megastructure that we only saw the barest tip of when we went in to rescue our companion. And this place has sort of stuck in Aram's mind. He wants to go back and explore more, which is why he is volunteering to immediately go back on shift as a sentry, even though people probably think that he should be recuperating from a massive traumatic event that happened no less than a day ago, I think. But that's where our character is right now, driven by curiosity about what is the well, why is it down there, what's down there. Questions abound, and they all center on the well. So that's what we're going to try and find out today. He was surprised but passed my message along, insisting that I rest at the temple at least until my shift began. I agreed and managed to get some sleep as the sun slowly dipped below the horizon. Could be symbolism there. Before long, the streets were quiet as evening fell across the island, and I made my way to the garden. Just before my departure, the messenger appeared once more to inform me that Tala had similarly volunteered to return that same evening. Tala is the person that we rescued, the only other survivor of the massacre. I was somewhat surprised to hear this, given his injuries. Apparently, he had insisted when he heard what I was doing. As I walked the emptying streets, I wondered what Kanari and Prava were up to. Old friends of ours, probably also have a thing for each other. Had they heard anything? They would still be at work around now. Before long, I entered the long tunnel. Entering the garden in the evening light, there was Tala. Still adorned in bandages, he leaned nervously against a pillar. He had left before me, it seemed. Alongside him were two journeyman sentries. Replacements. Replacements from Kayan and Rayash. These are village elders. Ah. Oh. Your friend here was just talking about you. Aram, then? You were there during the attack yesterday. I was. Tala was there too. We lost two. But Aram and I made it back. I see. I'm sorry to hear that. But you're sorry to hear that we made it back? Rude. God bless them. You two are here so soon, come to think of it. Tala, was it? You don't look good. Are you sure you're ready to be back? I'm fine. I look worse than I feel. In any case, I suppose we'll be on the same shift starting today. Right. I guess we should... Oh, I don't know if they briefed you already, but we have some new orders from the Ashan. New orders? Yeah. They said that during the attack, the Ancestor managed to sneak up on you four. The Ancestor is the word that they use for these creatures that come out of the well, which I find very interesting. That they use the word ancestor to describe these creatures that, by all accounts, don't really look human at all. They look vaguely animalistic, but they look more like machines fashioned into the shape of a skeleton. The fact that they're called ancestors is very interesting from a cultural or maybe even a plot standpoint. That it was silent, and so you didn't see it coming. That's true. They're never that quiet. Right, so they want to split us up and have half watch the entrance much closer, and have the other half hang back as support. Much closer? How much closer? They said two of us should stand in the doorway and be able to look down that staircase. Okay, that's quite a departure from their old victims, because previously it was understood that anyone who enters the well, even slightly, is considered dead. God's light. It's nearly inside the well itself. I know. I'm not eager to get that close myself. So, I suppose we should cast lots to see who should do it. I'd been silently watching the well carefully through the conversation. Expecting to be uneasy around it so shortly after what had happened, I was oddly calm. They want us to get closer? Once again, the image of the vast darkness returned to me. That space that stretched for miles in all directions. The ringing quiet of the well. Maybe, if I'm the one that watches from the mouth of the entrance, if I get closer, I'll be able to make sense of it. That's why I'm here tonight, after all. I'm here to prove that I'm not afraid of this. I just need answers. Without another thought, I opened my mouth. I'll do it. I volunteer. What? Really? Are you sure? Yeah, that doesn't seem fair. No, it's really all right. I want to do it. To, make up for what happened yesterday. I see. But wasn't yesterday your first day as a sentry? We couldn't possibly... It was, but I can handle it. Yeah, I'll remind you I'm the only person who, like, beat back the Ancestor and rescued Tala. If anyone's qualified for this, I am. I'm the only person to face down an Ancestor, a fully powered Ancestor, and survive. At least in known recorded history, as far as we can tell. Maybe the Elders know something we don't, but... I'll say this. I heard a couple rumors that you did something pretty brave yesterday, Aram. If you want to volunteer, I'll support it. Fair enough, I guess. If you really want to. I volunteer as well. I'll go with him. Alright, Tala also stepping up. So I'm wondering if Tala also kind of has a curiosity towards this underground environment. He didn't seem like that was the case when we talked to him after the event transpired. He seemed to want to not really think about what was down there. This is an interesting development. Tala, you too? Very well. That makes things easy. Having decided, the two sentries took their seats around the fire pit. The very same where Tala, Rayash, Kyan, and myself had sat not 24 hours ago. Oh, excuse me, Kyan and Rayash were also sentries. They're not elders. I got that mixed up. Tala and I made our way slowly towards the towering doorway. How casually we now passed through it. The place where our enemies lived. Enemies is capitalized. As we grew closer, I realized how dark the waning sunlight made the entrance from the outside. Unless you were standing nearly in front of it, the shadows acted as a shroud obscuring everything inside. This is perfect. At last, Tala and I entered and came to a stop several feet inside. Tala, why did you come with me? You're actually hurt. You didn't need to come back to work so soon. Why? Aram, you know why. Returning to work so shortly after what happened. Volunteering to stand watch here, of all places. I'm afraid you're going to do something stupid. Listen, Tala. What happened yesterday, I can't get it out of my head. I feel like I need to know more. I have to know more. Aram, what are you planning? What are you going to do? I thought about it. Why am I back here? Why did I volunteer for this? Just for my ego? Just for Sachita? So I could face Kanari and Prava? It wasn't just that. It was also because of that ringing in my ears. It was because of those images in my mind as I fell asleep. It was because, somehow, the well was calling to me. I spoke. I'm going back down. What? Are you serious? Tala, I need you to do me a favor. Aram, you can't possibly... Please, Tala. Just listen for a moment. Only one time. I need you to cover for me just once. Aram, listen to yourself. You and I barely survived yesterday. Going down there, seeing those things. We shouldn't be alive after doing something like that. I don't even want to be this close. Please. I can't explain why I need to do this. I need answers. And I'm going back no matter what anybody says. Look, you said you want to make up for yesterday. If you feel like you owe something to Kayan and Rayash, Aram, this won't help anything. It hurts knowing they're gone, I know. But you have to try and move on. It's what I'm doing. That's not what this is about. That's not why I want to do this. Aram, I don't like this at all. But you saved my life. I owe you for that. I'll owe you for the rest of my life. So, if this is something that you have to do, then fine. I'll cover for you. Just this once. Really? Thank you, Tala. Thank you. But I have a condition. You need to promise me that you'll be back in 2 hours or less. Hey, that's the amount of time that we're going to stream. That's perfect. And if you see any ancestors, that you'll run away. Don't try to fight them. Run away and come back. Okay. I promise. Is the game going to let me do that? Is the game going to let me run? This really is a terrible, terrible idea. I know. Alright, we're heading back down. With that, I descended the dark stairway, all the way to the bottom. So what I'm getting from this is that either he's just become slightly obsessed because of just the sheer alien nature of what he saw down there, or the well literally is calling to him in some psychic way. I'm not sure which would be the more horrifying option. Whatever the case, he's clearly dead set on this. All the way to the bottom. The trail of blood had just barely faded. Well, yeah, nobody's coming down here to clean it. Ahead of me was the room with the low ceiling. The true entrance to the well. It's time to go. Yep, here we are. We can rest here. Level up? I didn't know that was an option. Level... I don't know, how many... Vitality... Memory iron needed. Okay. We don't have any memory iron. I feel like vitality would be... How much memory... Oh, no, we do. We have 400 memory iron. I see. I don't understand how we got memory iron. Or what that even is. But, it looks like vitality is health. Energy might be stamina. Strength will be attack, and resistance will be defense. That's what it looks like to me. So... I feel like, okay, let's be conservative here. Let's go... I don't know, just sort of across the board. I mean, that'll get us down to 111 memory iron. Just a flat boost to all will give us, will leave us with 111. So, if I want more health, which is better, health or stamina? I feel like given the way that I play, stamina might be useful, so let's... Oh, I cannot. Can I do any of these? No, they all seem to require 122 memory iron. So, I think that's what we're going to have to do for now. Alright, let's just double check our inventory. I don't think we have anything out of the ordinary. We have that key item, that letter. Wouldn't it be weird if that came into the story again at some point? Wound kit. Yeah. Can I equip that to you? Yes. Yes, that's exactly what I want. Cool. And just to... roll cost. Oh, 30 stamina. Got it. We have no active quests. We're just heading in. I don't really know what we expect to find in here. We're heading, I guess, back to the place where we fought the ancestor. We could examine whatever remains. Uh-oh. Got some message deleted by the moderators. Or the automod. That's... I didn't even get to see them. Was it, best viewer kind of thing? Starving colony. What in the world are we looking at here? Hello, Lordling. How are you doing on this fine Saturday afternoon? I hope things are going good, or at least okay on your end. I have been rendering. I'm so close to finishing the lore video. The rough cut is finished. I just need to render out these Blender shots and put them in, and it'll be finished. I exist. How are you? I am existing as well. I am rendering. I am almost finished with the lore video, and it feels pretty good to be almost finished with the lore video. This is a long time coming. I wrote the document that became the basis for the screenplay, like, over the course of the last 2 years. And then it was decided that we were making it into a video, and so turned that into a screenplay. We got some people to do voices, and it's all come together now. The last remaining piece is the Blender shots. And those are taking much longer to render than I had originally expected. Maybe I'm doing something wrong with my output settings, but it's also kind of a complicated thing that's being rendered. It's like this. You'll be able to see it when the lore video releases, but it's the big, like, network geometry in Blender, so it's taking a bit to render each frame. But anyway, that's shop talk. We're exploring the well. This is something that we have not had the opportunity to do. Aram will often be forced to confront the ancestors that lurk in the quiet darkness of the well. Touching an ancestor will initiate a battle, pulling in any nearby ancestors as well. However, if you wish to avoid a fight, you can try dodging past ancestors with X. Ah. I see, yes. It's, what did I, 70 degrees out today? That's pretty good. 70 degrees is tolerable, even if it's a little bit humid. That's good spring, summer weather, I think. Outside of combat, you can press A to attack freely. Striking an enemy with an out-of-combat attack will give Aram a free hit and allow him to take his turn first. Try to initiate combat on your own terms for an advantage, but be warned that attacking outside of combat still costs stamina, which I presume we will not be able to recover in battle. Yes, this is about the same here, about 74, I think. That's also good. I think, anything below 77, 78 is comfortable. Well, not anything below. Yeah, anything above like 65 to 77. That's like the range of comfortable temperatures for me. Battles take place in the combat zone. The edges of the zone are marked with white borders, and going past these will allow Aram to disengage and escape combat. However, escaping combat early will heal any damage dealt to enemies, so try to avoid getting pushed out while on defense. Okay. Depends on humidity? Yes, humidity is the factor that determines comfortability in my eyes. I mean, temperature and humidity are related via laws that I don't remember from the meteorology section of my science classes. I did not go into meteorology. I'll be honest, the measures of humidity that I've tried to look up don't really make a lot of sense to me. I find them somewhat confusing as measurements. Maybe this is just my proclivities. Finally, be on the lookout for campsites. Resting at a campsite will heal Aram's health and clear any status effects. While restoring at a campfire, you can save and spend memory iron and level up. I wish I had. I like learning about weather so much. It's kind of strange that, like, for how common meteorology is in the life of the average person, they really don't do a lot of exposition on the science of it. Right, like you'll get your weather report, and they'll throw some measurements at you, like temperature, type of weather, but that's really about it. They don't really go into the science of weather at all, which I think is kind of a shame. I would like to learn more. Like you said, it's I mean, it's always fascinating to learn about stuff, but they don't seem to discuss it in... What is this meter in the corner here? I don't know if I like that. Is that like time? Alright. Alright. Can I like... Okay, I can sort of get by you. Hey, it's a goodie. Picked up perfect metal. Perfect. He says, oh no, it's a map. It's a map up there in the corner. That's what that is. Fascinating. Yeah, like my understanding of tornadoes, the understanding of tornadoes is my thing, and I'm shocked at how little schools teach about it. It's crazy to me. Like, they teach about it when you're young, like in elementary and maybe middle school, but then they just kind of stop before you get good enough at learning and at science to actually understand what's going on, and that's kind of wild. Whoop. Aha, dodged. Get dodged. Where am I? Oh. I think I just barely escaped that one. That one charged at me. Ancestor component. Interesting. So I guess the question is, should I be trying to grind these enemies? Should I be trying to fight them? Oh, there's a lot of stuff here. Stoneware short sword. Is that... Okay, hold on. That's a new thing. Oh, first off, ancestor component. What does this do? A piece taken from the remnants of an ancestor may be salvaged for a bit of memory iron. Well, where do I salvage? Is that like... at camp? Now. world is this? Okay. A short sword made from some sort of hardened stone. You have no idea how old it is, only that it still holds an edge. Might be useful at close range. Alright, so the weapon we currently have as an attack 2 times 12. This is +1. I guess that might be for like a, I don't know, perfect timing or something. 2 times 12 versus 2 times 10. This is short, this is medium range. Weight is medium, this is light. Knockback is weak. It is lower stamina cost, though. Significantly lower stamina cost, actually. I'm wondering if it's prudent to go with something like that so early. I mean, we can still keep it. That's no problem at all. I think it might be wise to try grinding some of these enemies. Ooh, okay. This is not the worst. Alright, these are some pretty easy enemies. He said, getting attacked. Alright. Now, does that get me any experience of any kind? Hard to say. Oh, wait, there's a thing here. Open? Oh. Derelict Prayer Stone. Ooh. Okay. It's an accessory. I can wear it to perfect hits deal extra damage. I mean, that's always useful. Kirsten Dunst is going to be Alex for the next Minecraft movie? Huh. That is a fascinating choice. Also, hello, Swizz. How are you doing today? How is the day treating you? I noticed you did like half damage to the shorter guy too. Do weapons have different types of damage too? There might be something dependent on range. I haven't fully sussed out yet. Oh, also, hello, C. Vari. Hello, C. Last seen playing Resident Evil, the original, I think. How are you doing today, C? Greetings, Atomica. I am balling type shit, probably. Probably is better than certainly not. Jump C. I mean, the auto shoutout jumped C, if that counts. Yeah, no, we are deep underground right now in a hostile subterranean megastructure that was just hiding beneath our village this entire time. We don't really know much about it at all, which is sort of why we're just exploring it. Did you see the Minecraft movie 2 subs? So wait a minute. So, like, just so I'm clear, Alex is the female Minecraft avatar sort of thing, or I guess the femme avatar. Yeah, okay. When I get you in golf. Have you guys been golfing more lately? Are we back to the Discord golf game? Minecraft Square, Alex is the female MC. Okay, yeah. So that's also interesting choice. Kirsten Dunst. I'm gonna be honest, I thought she had sort of like retreated from big mainstream stuff. Like, I know she was in that Civil War movie. I know she's been in a couple other things, but I thought she was kind of more on the indie scene right now. It's interesting to see her go back to, she was in Marty Supreme. I'm afraid I'm not familiar with that one. We're gonna be playing Super Battle Golf tonight. What happens in Battle Golf? Oh, and it's Liza. Hello, Liza. Hello. I just did triple and insta-lock Mercy and I'm floating at the mouth. How are you guys? I understand some of those words. Is that an Overwatch reference? Hello, Liza. I'm doing all right. I am. It is. Good, 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 good. I am. Right now, I'm playing some Song of Sunlight, where we are deep underground in a secret, dark megastructure hidden beneath the earth. In real life, I am on the tail end of finishing up Ender's Lore video, and I'm quite happy with how it's turned out, so that's going to be exciting to see. Explosions and golf, mostly. Okay, so it's golf with pyrotechnics. That's fair enough. Yeah. How was my voice acting? Your voice acting was great, Liza. No complaints whatsoever. Actually, I'm not even sure that you needed noise reduction, or you might have only needed a little bit of noise reduction, which was nice. So Ender's clips in particular needed a lot of noise reduction because her house, I think, doesn't have central air, and so she's got like an in-window air conditioner unit. So like I had to sort of filter that out. Thank you. I've never done that. It worked out great. Your part comes towards the end of the lore video, so keep your eyes peeled for that. Yes, Liza voice acted. Did a very good job. I'm not kidding, I turned off my fan and everything I could to make sure there was less noise. Well, it paid off because your background was quite clean. I don't know what... Moonambi, for some reason, had like completely clean audio. I did not need to treat Moon's audio whatsoever. I don't know if he just has like a really quiet room. Because he's him. That's my Moon. Hey, look. Whatever he did, it worked. I'm a chud for missing out. No, Swizz, because you're going to get to see the voice acting on Ender's stream tomorrow. So keep your eyes on the schedule for that. I might even do a ping in some servers when the video's coming up to gather people's attention, because I'm quite excited to show people what we've been working on for the past 2 years in some form or another. Hype, 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 hype. It is true. Yes, self-promo. It's not really self-promo. It's it's promo for Ender's stream, but my contributions to it, I'm quite proud of. Very excited to see it. Post that bitch so we can see it on the big screen. Wow, we're gonna... What's probably gonna wind up happening is I'm gonna be coming down to the wire on getting all of the shots rendered out of Blender and put into the timeline so that this video can be shown on her stream. So it's probably gonna debut during the 24-hour thing, and then we're probably gonna go back to it and like touch up some finishing things and like maybe do some tweaks here or there, and then upload that final version to YouTube where people can watch it. Hold on, I missed some messages here. Ender promo, yes. When is she playing Fortnite tomorrow? Listen, that's between her and whatever god she may pray to. Throw it in movie theaters? Nah. What am I, Glitch? Nah, never. We're gonna be doing this on YouTube. You're him? Glitch is a company. Glitch is not a man. Or maybe it is, I don't know. John Glitch. Yeah, well, you're Atomica. I mean, this is true. This is factually true. I am Atomica. DJ Glitch Atomica. Maybe I've been hiding this whole time. Maybe I am Glitch. I'm responsible for it all. What a horrifying thought. Anyway. I knew it. Points at screen. give me another Pomni plush for free. I don't even have a Pomni plush. I have no merch. I'm not really a merch guy. I got enough junk as it is. I don't need more things to switch around every time I move apartments. What I do is I'll buy Blu-rays. That's my version of merch. If they come out with a Blu-ray of The Amazing Digital Circus, I will buy that. But that seems like something they might not do. I don't know. It doesn't really feel like a Blu-ray sort of company. We must send this man more junk. Ha, joke's on you. You don't know where I am. I started decorating my desk and I brought so many pins from AX. Ah. Yeah, it's AX. It's the place to go for pins. And I'm debating on some Senshi art. My work husband. Can I claim Marcel as my work wife? I feel drawn to Marcel. That's sort of my favorite character from Dungeon Meshi. Cat has arrived. Now I can't get up for food. Terrible, terrible news. You might be stuck there for years. Who knows when the cat will decide to get up and do something else. Yes, you can? Alright, cool. Glad we're in consensus here. Hey, listen, if you can, tell the DoorDash person, hey, come deliver this to me at my desk, maybe you've got a solution there. I started watching it on my lunch breaks, and it makes me so happy. Well, it's also because, you're on lunch, and it's a show about food. There's thematic resonance there. It is a good show, though. Looking forward, I presume that the second season is in the works and coming out soon. I'm gonna watch it when it happens. It's me. I'm the DoorDash driver. Let me in. Knock, knock, knock. Alright, the key's under the rock. Exactly, it's the main reason why I watch it during that time. Oh, when it drops, I will not stop talking about it, I promise. Yeah, the first season was superb. I love Dungeon Meshi first season. I've got, the little art book of, doodles that the mangaka, didn't put in the main series. I got my hands on that one, and it's very cool. I like it a lot. Isn't there news for it around July? I haven't heard anything. I mean, granted, I'm not... I don't have, an anime RSS feed running or anything, but I hadn't heard any news about new... Because wouldn't there be, trailers out by this point? If it's showing during July, there surely must have been trailers already. After Season 2 drops fully, I will be going back to AX with a shit ton of money, and I will be buying all the merch. Yeah, I'm hoping that it's not prior to AX this year, because I'm not going to AX this year. I'm dead set on going to AX next year. So hopefully it'll be... there's no way that it's going to be airing in the next 2 months. Yeah, 2027 would be so much more fun. Yeah, I'm definitely going to 2027 AX. Unless prevented by some horrible outside circumstances, which, knock on wood. Gamer house, but more rooms. What I am doing is I am just getting a hotel room. I am not a fan of Airbnbs. I think they're a hassle. I think they're way less... competent than a hotel room. I am just getting a hotel room. What, you don't want to do it again? Okay, first of all, there was not just one Airbnb last time we went to AX. There were multiple Airbnbs, and coordination was made more difficult because of it. I have always been a fan of hotel rooms. I'm just gonna... it takes all the variables out. I am going to AX. I am booking the tickets. I am booking my train tickets. I am booking the hotel all at once. And that's just going to be... that's going to be me taking all of the logistics off of the table. That's just going to be me. I'm going to AX. I'm staying at a hotel. that provides like a nucleation point around which I can build all the rest of my plans for when I'm out there. That's my plan. Want to make out in the hotel room, Atomica? Probably not, but this is true. Okay, so we all book the same hotel. We absolutely could book the same hotel. Like, that's completely within the realm of possibility. I'm pretty sure the AX website even like lists hotels that they partner with every year. So like, I don't know relative price wise how that would look, but yeah, that's definitely an option. Atomic wants that free breakfast downstairs for sure. Absolutely, I want that free breakfast downstairs. Do you have any idea how much of a convenience that is to not have to worry about like finding and getting to breakfast at, you know, in Los Angeles, which just adds another expense in Los Angeles? Even just having like one meal a day that you don't have to worry about is going to be really nice. Okay, listen, we book all the same hotel. We book a Hummer limo. We literally spend all of our money, and I get a full beach day. Wins. How much would the hotel be, though? I mean, I looked around at hotel prices for this year's AX, even though I didn't wind up going. And they were not, like, egregious, at least when I was looking at them. Obviously, I think, you know, the earlier you can book, the better it is. That's just generally true of hotels. So it might be the case where we might have to get plans together when they announce tickets are open for AX 2027. That might be okay, I've gotten my pass, and then I immediately go into the Discord and be like, okay, we need to start doing this now. If I were to book a hotel like that, I would do it in like November for way cheaper prices. Very true. Though I think... I don't know when the passes will be ready, like when they start releasing them. I've bought Anime X passes for the past couple years, and I still don't remember when in the year they become available. I just get the message and then buy them. So like December 26, January 27, 6-7, wash. But even if I didn't get an AX pass, I will just chill in LA. This is true, although usually the AX pass is not the difficult part of planning a trip to Los Angeles. Usually end of January, early February. Okay, yeah. That makes sense. You have like a good 6 months to get everything ready. So that'll be the plan then. This coming Anime Expo, we'll get the passes and then start making plans. Yeah, it's everything else. But, I mean, what's nice is that, like, if we do go with the plan of, like, getting a bunch of hotel rooms in the same place, that does make making other plans easier. I don't know. It's also, like, having... The reason I decided to do it this way is because, like, I figure if I, at least, am in a hotel room, that provides a fixed factor that everyone else can plan around. Like, okay, Atomica is going to be there from this date to this date at this hotel room. If all else fails, we have a home base from which to, like, plan other outings. Yeah, it saves so much more time. And even if it's just me in the hotel, it provides, like, an anchor point for other plans. That was my rationale behind it. Obviously, these plans may shift as time goes on. The hotel, aka home base for the Goobers. Yeah, exactly. That was the idea. In any case, A Song of Sunlight. I'm seeing this derelict prayer stone, and it's saying that perfect hits deal extra damage, and I'm thinking that's gonna be a useful thing to have. Home base for the Goobers goes so fucking hard. Yeah, It's also just logistically sound, I think. I don't know. I'm no logistics expert. But I remember us, like, having to pre-coordinate so much last time we were doing it, and I feel like that just got to be such a hassle. And it'll be a lot less stressful to just have a hotel room where worst comes to worst we can retreat to. Yeah, the adults crave stability, exactly. All right, I am going to wear this thing. This derelict prayer stone. Oh, I should have also read the description, because that might have flavor in it. Did you get used to the combat of this game, by the way? It really was a bit of a struggle before. So the problem that I was having was that in the first stream where I was playing this game, I was playing it through OBS. Because, just because of the monitor setup that I had, that was the way that I had been doing things for a bunch of prior games. And that meant that I was dealing with like a half a second of input lag, which, for story-based games like, the mysteries and the visual novel sort of stuff that I'd been playing for a while before wasn't really a problem. But in a game like this, where timing of control inputs is very important, it was just absolute hell. And I was only really having a problem on the first battle because this game has an option to make combat easier. If you're just interested in the story, which is me, you can turn on story mode and the combat becomes easier. So that's what I wanted to activate, but I couldn't activate it while I was in a battle, so I had to get through the first battle scene with, full difficulty using a half a second of input lag in a time-based control scheme. So that was hell. But once I got out of that, I switched story mode on. I also moved some monitors around, and now I have a monitor that is running, basically real time out of my Steam Deck. So the combat has gotten significantly better. Which I guess is the long story short of the question that you asked me. Yes, it has gotten better. I have gotten used to it. Its shape and decoration reminds you of the prayer stones of the settlement. Small blessed stones, seldom carried by the elderly on days of high prayer. A popular tradition in the past, it seems. Yeah, sorry, that was kind of a roundabout answer to your question. Yes, it's gotten better. All right. So that gives us perfect hits, deal extra damage, slightly increases maximum health, which is good. I'm now at 92 health. Now, alright. Enter? Okay, cool. Do the enemies respawn? That's, I guess, a question that I need to answer. Oh, okay. You guys caught me right at the door. Bam. 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 Cool. Yeah, see? I'm getting better at this. Oh, also we have an ad coming in 2 minutes. 3 minutes, roughly. See, my bot didn't catch that one. I wonder why not. My bot was so good at the beginning of stream. For the longest time, it hasn't been able to detect when when ads are about to pop. And I finally figured out what... Oh, thank you for the hydrate, Steve. Thank you very much. I will indeed. No, not bad. It's actually not Siribot. Siribot's not the one. It's Firebot. It's one that I have locally running on my machine. Apologize to Siribot. I forgot it does that. Yeah, alright, good. All is well. Yeah, so I found the setting in Firebot that detects the incoming ads. But for whatever reason, it does not seem to have caught this one. I don't know. Maybe I still need to do more tweaking. All right. Now, let us... Ooh, bam! All right. That gives me advantage. Oh. Nice. All right. It is good to attack with advantage. Nothing but breaking news here. Rest. All right. So I've rested. I'm healed. Can I level up? I might actually be able to level up. Let's do a... there it is. I got here later. We exploring the well. We are exploring the well. Hello, Chaotic. Welcome in. We are exploring the well. 122. Yeah, that'll work. Perfect. We can now level up. We are encountering some enemies that are a lot more beat up than the boss fights that we had. Oh, they do regenerate the enemies. Okay. That's useful to know. We've got a little map here. And these enemies are way less terrifying than the one that we had to fight during the cutscene. Not the cutscene, during the story sequence. But yeah, how you doing today, Chaotic? I know we spoke briefly earlier, but now that we are here live, how are you doing? Tell me about your day. You doing jewelry stuff? Actually, I think there was a room over here. Yeah, we can do a fight. Bam. Bam. Oh, come on, I had that. We got this. Look at that. Whoop. Picking up Ancestor Shard. More of that. Very good. Hanging out with Fern and playing Sims right now. That's the life. How is Fern doing? Oh, and there's the ad. All right. Now this guy upstairs is intimidating me a little bit. This guy seems like more of a... Oh, hello. Do you even come in here? I'm not sure there's even a point to me going up there. Is there even like a door? There is a door. And now what are you and how do I get to you? I think I need to go like around and down? Right, I'll need to descend a level. She's perfect and beautiful in every way. That's what we like to hear. It is also true. Alright, no, it is just another one of these guys. Whoop. Alright, so they don't like... Not quite. Nice. All right, I am getting better at this, I think. Baw Bunny? Hello, Baw, how are you? Speaking of bunnies, Chaotic Crescendo is speaking of a pet rabbit, Fern. What is this type of game? This is called A Song of Sunlight. It's apparently a Souls-like. Well, it's definitely a Souls-like because I had to bump the difficulty down. We are playing as a character named Aram, who lives in a small island village, and who has just discovered a giant megastructure underneath their village, and so we are now exploring it to try and find out its secrets. I am slowly but surely becoming accustomed to the combat system. It's proven to be a little bit harrowing, but we're getting there. Piece taken from the remnants of an ancestor may be salvaged for a tiny amount of memory iron. Yeah, again, I'm not sure what I am meant to do with that. But how are you doing, Oh, hello. Forgot I didn't defeat you yet. Bam. Bam. Cool. Not even a sweat. Yeah, no, it was hard going for a while because the first time I was streaming this, I was working with an input lag, but things have radically improved since then. Thank you. Not gonna lie, my body hurts. I touched grass yesterday and walked a bunch, so I'm feeling the aftermath after having been homebound for so long. Hey, listen, that's the good kind of body hurt. I just exercised and things are sore, but that means things are getting less sore over time. You're building that strength, the muscle burn. And Kixie, hello Kixie. Hope you're doing well. I am doing very well. I've been in the editing mines for the last week or so, alongside regular work. But I'm taking a break to play a video game on a Saturday afternoon, and things are just dandy. How are you doing today, Kixie? How goes the breakfast? Have I gone to this part yet? I think maybe. Yes, hello. Going in here is not going to be helpful. Yeah, no, that's just... Now what oh, it's camps. That's what that symbol is up in the map. I couldn't figure out what that red thing is. That red symbol is up on the map, but it's a camp where I can go and save, which is nice. So the question is, how do I get... I don't see any kind of time limit, first of all, so I think I'll be alright. If I go through here, I'm probably going to have to go around and down to get those things. So let's do it. Let's give it a try. Thank you for the shout out, but of course, thank you for stopping in. I hope your burrito is treating you well. Editing? Yeah, well, I mean, it is... I mean, it's obviously, you know, it's hard work, but it's worth it because I am responsible for a lore video for Ender Empress's 2.0 debut, which is happening tomorrow for 24 hours, which, oof. And I wrote a lore document based on a story that she developed, like, I don't know, maybe 2 years ago. And so we've been steadily working on this. The editing has taken place over the last 2 weeks, and I am just finishing it up by rendering out some Blender shots that need to go in at the very last minute. So it's almost done, and I'm very, very happy to have... Oh, hello, you... Oh! You came after me. So there is kind of a range where we can aggro you. That's interesting. Oh, yeah, okay. That's my bad. Oof. Alright. That was a little bit rough. A little bit rough. Yeah, you're in there. I think I can probably... If I can, like, kite one of you in here... Well, I should probably wait for whatever this scratch meter is over on the other side. Alright. Shall I... You know what? I'm just going to try rolling past... Oh, that's the wrong button. Ooh, I caught that one. I don't usually catch those. Ooh, alright. Alright, I think I'm getting better at this. It's all getting back into the groove. It's been a long time since I played a Souls-like. The last one was, Jedi Fallen Order. And I was apparently not too bad at that. So I'm told from people who were watching. Ooh, so you're like a real editor? Not a real editor. It's not professional or anything, but I have been, like, my father's in the film industry, so I grew up around film and movies and Famous Last Words. You're getting a boss soon? My boss was the first fucking fight that I did in this game. I'm familiar. Yeah, so like I sort of grew up in and around that culture, and I edited, like, you know, fun little skits that me and my friends did when we were young. So like I'm familiar with editing software. It's been a while since I really did a dedicated project. You say that, and yet I've seen your shorts. Yeah, no, I'm sure you're a fantastic editor, Kixie. You give yourself too little credit. Wait a minute. So do I descend? Do I have, like, control over... You're gonna just drop somebody on my feet? Oh, it's another one of you. You're gonna be a problem, actually. Can I, like... Can you get me on the ladder? If I just sort of stay here, are you gonna come in and try and get me? No, it doesn't look like it. Alright. If I pop over here, that's no better. Alright, I can try getting up behind this guy. Okay, we got some advantage there. Whoo! Alright, I think I'm pushing my luck a little bit here. I think I'm going up against the wire. I'm a baby wandering in the dark when it comes to editing. I super respect editing skills. It's, yeah, I mean, it's anything else. It's practice. What can I ask what software you use when you do editing, Kixie? Because I do have recommendations on that front. I tend to use DaVinci Resolve just because it's free to download and it has basically every feature you can possibly want. If you do happen to watch the lore video when it airs, all of it was done in DaVinci Resolve except for these couple Blender shots. So it's an extremely full-featured editing suite that I use for basically everything. There's a lot of technical skill and also an art form. Editing can decide whether or not something is entertaining. Certainly, absolutely, it is. There's definitely an art form, but it's an art form that is quite fun once you get the hang of it. All right, do you think I should probably go back and heal? Unless I can... Can I, like, use this? I can. Alright, that helps, actually. That helps a lot. Should be cool. I'm not quite ready for tomorrow, but I'll go to the store today to get supplies. Yes, it's going to be a 24-hour stream, which is... I'm not going to be able to make it for the entire thing. I'm going to try and get, like, the first 12 hours, hopefully, and then I have to sleep because I have work on Monday. But I will try and be there for finale as well. I used to use Premiere, but moved to DaVinci. Yeah, DaVinci is kind of like the industry standard now, or at least it's taking the place of the industry standard, and I think that's a good thing. What in the world are you? You do not look easy. Oh my god, you... Oh. Okay, no, you're a different beast. Ooh, I've got to dodge. Not too bad, not too bad. Oof. Yeah, I've gotta... Oh. Alright. That one, I was pushing that one a little bit. I was pushing that one a little bit. Now, here's a good question. What do I still get out of that? Do I still have all my stuff? Well, I'm back with my my med kit. That's cool. I appear to still have all the same supplies, but Yeah, I assume the enemies have respawned. What time does it start, if you know? It starts at midday, noon, Eastern Standard Time on Sunday. So I think that'll wind up, if my time zone conversion is right, that should wind up being 6 p.m. for you. Or about 1800, if my math is right. And it will go for 24 hours. So I would, hey, you know what? Here, let's do this official. Let's do it properly. Shout out Ender Empress, if I can spell. Ba-da-ba-bum. There we go. Shout outs to Ender Empress. She's going to be having her 2.0 debut tomorrow at noon EST. Check it out if you've got some time. She's going to be going for 24 hours, so you'll probably have time somewhere. Come in and check it out. The lore video that I worked on, that I'm very proud of, is going to be showcased there first. It's going to be a blast. Good stuff, because I'll be at my brother's tomorrow, so I'll probably be able to get home at some point in the beginning of it. Fantastic to hear. I look forward to seeing you there. It's gonna be a grand old time. So like, I'm still kind of like, what am I doing? What's the mission? There is no active quest. Okay, come on. Hello? Interesting. The interface was going to be weird. Speaking of, going to AFK to hit the store, but lurking with the phone. Good luck. Good luck as well, Lordling. Hope your shopping goes well. All right. I'm going to actually ascend, try to get past these guys and get more practice. I keep pressing the wrong button. Good stuff. Didn't even lose a single scratch of health. I think I am getting better. Oh, yeah, and the memory stones. Or the memory iron? What do they call it? The memory iron, I think. That's, I guess, this game's equivalent of souls that you drop after... Whoops, alright. Oh, it's two of you. That's why I was confused. Not a perfect block, but... Ah, those are very fast. I usually don't catch those. Whew! Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. I fear he's cooking. I am feeling like I'm cooking, which is... a dangerous feeling. I need to humble myself. This can get ugly fast. All right, now across this threshold is the one. Oh, I can actually just collect that and not even give a crap about you. Are you even like protecting anything in here? I don't think you are. Why am I bothering with this? Nuts to that. Alright, and where... Yeah, no, you got this weird horse thing going on. I'm gonna enter here and see what the... Oh, it's worse. Oh, you're participating. I see. It's a little bit weird with each one. Oh, fascinating. Fracture. Uh-oh. Another fracture. Oh, God. All right, all right. Fracture. What does that do? What does that do to me? Status? Oh, I should actually read up on these things. these might be important things to know about. Be safe without lordling. Have a good day. Yes. Have a good day no matter what you're doing. Vitality. Okay, yeah, no, I should read about these. Hold on. Level 6, encumbrance 9.7, stamina 105, roll cost 30. Fine, I think that's what it's been for most of the game so far. So Vitality describes the wellness of your body and its resilience to harm. Leveling Vitality will increase your maximum health, allowing you to take more hits. That's generally what I like to invest in games like this, just because I know I'm going to mess up a bunch. Your resistance to physically based attacks, you can increase your defense to take less damage from enemies using protective clothing or accessories, often at the cost of added weight, however. Alright, so using skill points on that means you get a defense boost without adding weight. Good to know. Your resistance to laceration, a condition caused by the accumulation of many cuts while fighting against assailants using particularly sharp weapons. When laceration triggers, you will take increased damage from attacks. Ah, okay. So that's a status effect. Fracture, condition caused by repeated blows from assailants using heavy weapons. You will break a bone and take immediate damage. Oh. I see. So, that's something, like, is that, even if I'm blocking, I might take fracture damage? Or maybe if I'm just blocking suboptimally? That could be. Concussion, blows to the head, you'll become delirious, having less time to see and respond to action commands. Oh, that can be quite dangerous. Suffering attacks from weapons firing an electric current. Don't like that this is an option that I might have to face later on. This is foreshadowing. When electrocution triggers, a high voltage will burn both you and burn you and cause muscle spasms, dealing damage every turn and slowing stamina recovery speed. Alright, so how am I doing right now? Was the fracture just causing damage? I think maybe. Alright, do I dare enter here again? I think I'm probably ready. Alright, I got advantage. Look at that. Perfect. There's nothing in this room. Fantastic. What about you? What about next door? Hey, this has something. An Ancestor Shard. Yeah, I keep picking these up. And I'm not 100% certain why. Alright, you look not so tough. Yeah, alright. Any enemies? Yeah, one. Bam. Bam. And again, nothing in here. Alright. I get the feeling this game is going to throw a lot of that at me. Oh god, it just keeps going. You ain't abiding by the buddy system down here, I see? Look, I had a buddy. They sent us with a buddy. My buddy did not want to come down here, so I came down alone. Which is fair. Like, I wouldn't want to be out here either. I mean, I can rest. I don't really have a reason to right now. My health is doing okay. Open. I have an option to open? Uh-oh. Fake buddy. Not a true friend. Frankly, I think we only met, like, a day ago. I did save his life, though. He's covering for me, though. So, I'm technically not allowed to be down here. And my buddy is sitting at the entrance covering for me. So, it's not a wholly unreciprocal deal going on here. Oh, it's that guy? Yeah, it's the guy that I saved who was, like, very, very injured. So I don't actually blame him too much for not coming with. Bam. Look at this. plowing through. Oh, alright. Yeah, they all have slightly different block patterns. Which is fascinating. Good game design. Come on. There we go. There we go. Alright. This I'm fairly certain doesn't have anything in it. This is another way down. I think... Did I go and check in here? Secondary... Hold on. We've still got tutorials to go through. Secondary weapon. Any found weapon can be utilized in combat. You may have up to 2 different weapons equipped at any given time. Choose which weapon to equip by finding them in your inventory, pressing equip, and assigning that weapon to the primary or secondary slot of your loadout menu. Alright, what does a secondary weapon give me? From your command menu, you can change which weapon you're attacking with by pressing LT and RT. Note that whichever weapon you last attacked with will be the weapon you perform counterattacks with. Recall that weapons have different effective ranges. Choosing 2 weapons with different effective ranges will allow Aram to deal higher damage in more situations. Experiment with different weapons to find a loadout that suits you best. Alright. Good to know, but frankly, I'm not sure that's gonna be something I'm playing with right so soon. God, there's 3 of them up there, and they are not friendly. I might come back to this. I might save that for later. I'm gonna go to the one upstairs first. I'm gonna open that door and see what's waiting for me. I am thankful that the medical kit recharges when you die. That's not just like a one and done item. Which I guess is very much in keeping with the Souls-like design ethos. Yeah, let me get out of here. I'm not gonna try and tangle with you. That is very much a Souls-like feature, is like having, you know, Estus flasks or stims as it was in Jedi. See, the fact that there's a door next to a camp says that I should probably do this. I'm gonna save. I'm gonna level up. I've got... Oh, geez, I've almost got 1,000 memory iron. Alright. First things first. Vitality. Always doing some of that. Energy. Yeah, I'll boost some energy. Okay, maybe come down on energy. Yeah, no. I am also going to have some attack power. Boom. This feels like a story moment to me. So let's... That door is locked. Okay. I guess it's downstairs then. Oh! I hate ambushes. Wait, did I come this way? I'm not sure I did. Oh yeah, you've got a weird thing. You've got a weird block pattern. That's fine. I am almost... Oh, right, because I saved. Right. It's a Souls-like, of course. I saved. I sat at a campfire. They're not going to let me just have clearance. Again. Oops, okay. I keep pressing the wrong button to dodge. Can I just like... Whoop. Bam. Bam. Yeah, alright, that's not too bad. Alright, got advantage. Ba-bam. Ba-bam. Alright. Alright, I think I'm starting to get the number of these guys. Can you even get me while I'm on the ladder? I am curious if anyone can get me while I'm on the ladder. Alright, we're gonna have to go downstairs for this. That's fine. Dodge. I remembered what the dodge is. It does not mean that I'm good at it, though. Bam. Bam. Wapa. Wapa. Hehehe. It is satisfying when you get the hang of it. Oh, I am lacerated right now. Hold on, let me breathe. Let me not move too quickly. All right. Now, this is the room. If I'm slick, I might even just be able to bypass this. I'm not. Uh-huh. You're a dangerous one, aren't you? Alright, let's... Can you, like, get me from behind? What is this? Yeah, there's 2 items over there. That feels like I might need to get a key or something. Alright, this is also a good place to experiment with kiting. Oh, alright, fine. You get the first and second shot. Whatever. Ooh, okay. No, I had to leave that. That's fine. Oh, you're chasing me. That's fine. Yeah. Fracture. All right. Good at that. Ooh, too close. Too close. The pattern for that guy is strange. Alright, I'm gonna have to dodge my way through these guys. Whoop. Very fascinating. Alright. Guys, you can disperse, right? Or can I dodge through both of you? No, I cannot. Alright, get over here. Get over here. I don't got time for this. I got bigger fish to fry. Whoop. Nope, nope. Alright. Everything's fine. Everything's cool. We're all just cool cats here in this here dungeon. I was afraid of that. caught in between a rock and a hard place. Alright. Hey, wait a minute. Did you... Picked up an ancestor shard. Okay, is that like a... It's not a consistent drop. It's just something that occasionally drops from these guys. Again, I'm still not sure exactly where I'm supposed to be salvaging them. Oh, there is... Oh, there is a box there. I've got a terrible feeling I'm gonna need to use that. Please, collect. Thank you. Alright, first thing I'm gonna do, I'm gonna fully heal up, or at least as much as I can. 101. That's probably fine. And no matter how you slice it, we gotta deal with both of these guys. Oh, the dodge wrecks me every time. Hard part is gone. That guy was the big problem. So hopefully, aha! Second time's the charm. That's what I like to hear. Why are there two of these? White powder, an ancestor component. What is the white powder? Pray tell. White powder. A container holding a small amount of medicinal white powder greatly reduces fracture buildup. Is that like something I can put there? I guess. Being that I've put it there. Alright, it looks like I'm gonna need to go through that cavalcade. This is probably better, actually. One at a time. You're weird. I don't like the way that you... I don't like the way that you move. Alright, we are on the edge right now. We are at 1 health. Please be a healing item of some kind. Stone key. No, but that is the key that we need. Alright. Whatever else, I need to heal. I cannot survive on 1 health in this world. That's just not a way for a man to live. It's probably fine. Okay. I cleared out a lot of this. Yeah, no. Imagine if that had been the thing that had killed me. Alright, going up. Gonna try and make it through here. Through this gauntlet. Oy vey. Alright, hopefully... too close. Not bad, not bad. Through... I need to descend, if I remember right. Yeah. Through here. Whoa, it's the same problem. I always confuse dodge and block. These are terrible things to confuse. All right. The horse-looking ones are trouble for me historically, but I think I'm slowly getting the hang of it. All right, we rest, we level up. Man, I am accumulating points very quickly, which is interesting. I'm wondering, I might boost my resistance a little bit just because I'm taking so much damage. I mean, I could always use a vitality boost. Energy, no, that's not gonna... Whoops. Boom. Yeah, I think let's just go with resistance and vitality, boosting my general constitution. A stone that is oddly shaped. It reminds you of a key. I assume it is a key because there's a door that's locked right here. And I'm missing a quest. So this is the only thing I can think of to do. I've got a bad feeling about this place. Those look like windows. Was this a place that was once habitated? Oh, hold on. Cutscene. Along the stone walkway, there were many stone tablets. All of them were much larger than myself, and broken. All but the last. Something on its surface caught my attention. There was something that stood out from the pale, lifeless stone that surrounded it. Something familiar and human. It was writing. Suddenly, I was standing directly in front of it. I looked closely. The characters were odd, somehow. They differed slightly from the ones I knew. Yeah, it looks more like a computer font. I mean, there's clearly some sort of, like, technological presence down here. They built these machines that were fighting, and they built this huge megastructure, whatever this place is down here. It's not within our technological capabilities. I mean, maybe Archimancy could build something this huge, but it would be a horrendously complicated and involved endeavor. Some were warped, while others seemed to have extra strokes. But still, despite the odd characters and many unfamiliar words, I could make it out. I began to read. This is a eulogy. This is also the last will and testament of thousands of humans. Thousands who have already died. And the many thousands who lasted this long. Living on a fourth of a ration every 2 days. It's unclear at what point this community became an abject failure. We are certain, however, that it was caused by our meddling with the process of agriculture. The rendering of our fields infertile, and the famine that it brought. We have only one course of action now. That's why I've been asked to leave this message, in this place, that will surely be devoid of light and of sound by the time it is discovered. Long from now, in some uncertain future, I was asked to write because of our small hope. For whoever now reads this message, know that we have gone away from this lifeless place, toward a better future, a place without hunger, hurt, and worry, a place where we can live and raise our children under the sky. If you are reading this now, we have gone to that place. The inscription ended. My head was spinning. So now I'm getting the impression that maybe our culture, the one on the surface, our village, are the descendants, or even maybe the very same people who once left this structure underground. People used to live here. Things went awry through some agricultural disaster. and they decided to pick up and move to the surface. I looked around me. The towering structures and bridges. There were people here? It made sense to me suddenly. The uneasy feeling I had wandering the abandoned rooms. They looked just like our houses back in the settlement. They do be calling these guys the ancestors, right? This is also true. The machines that are still down here are called ancestors. It might just be a euphemism to refer to the fact that, you know, our people used to come from down here, and so anything that comes out must also be an ancestor, despite the fact that these are clearly robots. Or, you know, machines of some kind. I don't think they're actually living beings. So that's it then. There were people here, just like us. And then, just like us, they had a famine, and thousands died. Are we sure this isn't an Attack on Titan situation? I mean, there's clearly some sort of, like, hidden mystery beneath our culture, sort of. So, like, that aspect is definitely very Attack on Titan. It's a trope that I love, is the sort of, like, dark secret beneath society sort of thing. It's very fun, very, very eerie. And I'm willing to bet that our culture and whatever people were once here are related in some way. That's my current working theory. Thousands died. Thought about that number. I mean, like, people in the robots? I mean, I guess it could be. I don't think we've seen anything that would indicate that yet, but I suppose it's not outside the realm of possibility, given how weird this place is. I thought about that number. I thought about what it meant. My stomach dropped. That's more people than the island's total population. Are we all going to starve? I crouched down, needing to take deep breaths. No. The inscription said... It said that they left. They left this place and went somewhere better. Somewhere where there was plenty of food to go around. Somewhere else. Maybe this is why I needed to come back here. This is why I couldn't get it out of my head. God was sending me a message, telling me to find this inscription, to warn me. Maybe I am blessed? All right, getting a little big for your britches there, Aram. Let's cool it down, pull it back a little bit. But if I was meant to find this, what am I supposed to do? Is there really somewhere out there? Somewhere beyond the shores of the island? Somewhere we could go? A place without famine? And without ancestors? If our lives were like that, maybe they would even be kinder to Sachita. I like how even in this moment he's thinking of his love. I wanted answers, but now all I have is more questions. There are too many unknowns. What is this better place? Where is this better place? And how did they get there? Surely somewhere within this sprawling labyrinth, somewhere within the darkness of the well, the answer is there. There is a trace of those people and where they went. Yes, I know what I need to do, despite the furious beating of my heart and the unanswered questions that now diluted my head like floodwater. Despite the lifeless place in which I found myself so achingly far from the warm sun above. In that moment, my course of action was clearer than anything in my life had ever been. No, it was more like I had thought that as soon as I'd become a journeyman, I would know what I needed to do. What I needed to do to improve the lives of my family and friends. How I would protect Sachita from all who would scorn and despise her. But then, suddenly, I was one. I was one, and in only a day, I'd found myself frozen like a witless child watching as an ancestor murdered two people in front of my eyes. And not much long after that, I found myself wandering the empty darkness of the well, the one place I'd been told to stay away from my entire life. Still then, I was uncertain why it was that I was there. Why it was that such a horrible thing could exist. But now it's clicked. Now it all makes sense. God must be watching me. God must be guiding me. This is my true obligation. This is how I will do my part. I'll guide them, everyone on the island. I'll guide them to a better world. A world without hunger and hurt. The world Mom, Dad, Khan, Prava, and Sachita all deserve. If it's the last thing I do, I'll escape this lifeless place. I think it's been nearly 2 hours. I need to get back. Alright, well that is... Actually, I wonder if I can go back in. It's been nearly 2 hours already. I need to head back to Tala. Alright, you're not letting me explore that even further. That's fine. I'm at full health. Actually, I'm at more full health than I had ever been. Alright, the mission is get out of here and back to the surface. Whoop. No interest in fighting today. Alright, gotta hang around on this ladder until you guys decide to leave. Whoop, I'm back. Hey, can you see me from there? What's your cone of vision like, little guy? Look at me, I'm moving around. Not a great cone of vision, but not terrible either. I would love to be able to fight from a longer distance away. If I can find a longsword, that would be top-notch. Whoop. Ah, you still got me. That's fair. Whoop. The sound glitched for a second there. I'm not sure if you heard that, or if that was just on my end, but very strange. Alright, I know there's someone down there. Alright, I think we're in the clear. I thought that was my stream for a moment. Okay, no. That was not just me then. Interesting. This game, it's like threatened to glitch a couple times, but it never actually has. So kudos on the developers there. I've never actually had this thing crash on me, despite the fact that I don't think it's very well suited to the Steam Deck. Like, I think it was just sort of given a very a cursory port over, because it, like, you have to manually turn on controller support, and it's not like a bunch of the text is kind of small for the Steam Deck. It gives you the gotcha moments. Yeah, no, it gives me a little spook. Maybe it's metatextual. Maybe they're trying to scare me a little bit. As I came through the doorway, before the staircase leading to the surface, I stopped to consider. If I'm going to figure out where those people went, I'm going to need more time down here. I need to keep coming back. That's it. I'll use my shifts at the garden as a cover to keep exploring. Tala will be okay with it. He'll understand that I'm doing it to help everybody. He has to. Well, maybe let's talk with Tala first. Hey, Tala. Aram. Thank God. You're back. I'm fine. I died a couple times. Don't worry about it. There was nothing down there. I didn't see any ancestors. Okay, we're just choosing to lie about it. Really? None? None. But I did find writing. Writing? Yeah. It was kinda like ours. The words were different, but I think that there were people down here, maybe a long time ago. People. Aram, everyone we know lives on the island. This is where God made us, remember? There's nobody else. I know that. But I think this is real. They left a message. Talking about famine. About people dying. Aram, don't you think that's odd? It sounds like what's happening right now. Famine. You've heard that rumor too. It's not a rumor, Tala. Listen, I don't fully understand it myself. There are still so many answers left to find down there. More answers. Aram, you promised me this would be a one-time thing. I just need a little more time. I already told you. I didn't see a single ancestor. I wasn't in any danger. I suppose. Look, Aram, I owe you for my life. I won't tell anybody what you did tonight, but as a friend, I think you should stop this right now. Thank you, Tala, but really... He says with a gushing laceration. What's all that? What? Fractures? Where did you get all these ancestor fragments, Aram? Where did you find these? But really, I'm not in any danger. If I see an ancestor, I'll come running back like I promised, and we'll do our duty. Okay, Aram. Alright, so we're not being totally truthful with Tala. I imagine we're not going to be totally truthful with anybody else in our society until we get the answers we're looking for. The sun had set, and soon after our shift in the garden was over. The other two sentries greeted us as we came out of the doorway. Tala gave our report rather simply. No ancestors. They nodded, and we said our goodbyes for the night. Walking the dark streets, Tala and I eventually reached the corner at which we parted ways. He waved solemnly, giving me a long look. But before long, he turned and went into the night. I wonder what he thinks of me right now. After everything we've been through. Is it cruel for me to make him keep this secret? Probably a little bit. He's grateful to me, no? And I'm doing this for a reason. Those things I read, the well and the ancestors that plague our island. This is how I'll make a difference. There has to be a better way. Alright, we're back home. Back home for the night. Can I go outdoors? I should go to bed. No, I cannot go outdoors. That's fine. Canary! It's good to see you again. Okay, so I haven't been here since the start, but I have a theory from what I understood. What if the people that were down here went somewhere better is the people that are now on the island, just generations later? I think that's a very good possibility. I think the better place that they're referring to might be the surface that we're on now. And that, you know, us trying to find this mythological better place is kind of doomed to fail because we're already there. And we're still experiencing famine, which would be kind of a bleak discovery, but I think you're probably right that we are at least related to the people that used to be down there. Yes, and I think you've basically got the gist of it. Like, we're in this society up on the surface. We have, it's a very religious society. We are, in fact, in love with one of the priestesses of the temple. We got chosen to be a sentry. We got attacked on our first day by an ancestor that was, like, very big and powerful. And we had to enter the well in order to rescue Tala, the person who we were with just now. And in so doing, we discovered this massive complex underground, and it just sort of kept gnawing at us, so we went back down and found the inscription that you were just witness to. So, aside from us and Tala, nobody else really knows what's going on down there. And Tala really only knows half the picture because we're not telling him about the dangers we're facing. Aram? Aram! It would suck so hard if we think we're in the bad place, but we're actually in the good place, and the good place sucks. I mean, that was... Was that not the ending of The Good Place, I think? Ah, good. It's still working. Yes, alright, we have an ad coming in about a minute. Everybody brace yourselves for that. Take whatever precautions you need to. Holy shit. Where have you been? I haven't seen you in 2 days. Khan, I don't believe this. You up and disappear yesterday. And I'm thinking, well, Aram is Aram, and he's probably off doing God knows what with Sachita. But no, you don't come home all night and into the next day. Then I hear some bullshit rumor that you somehow advanced to Journeyman early and gotten killed on your first day. Well, that's half true. And I had to hear that from Prava. And she said she heard it from some other people. This is seriously fucked up. I need a good explanation, like, now. Well, I mean, we could tell him. We could tell him the whole thing. I'm obviously not dead, right? Haha, yeah, good point. Looks like Prava had me all worried for nothing. I'm so pissed. She's always spreading the most outlandish rumors. So, what actually happened? Why is bro mad at us for this? It's not my fault. It's literally completely outside. Well, okay. No. I was about to say it's completely outside of our control, but that's not true. We did choose to go back in. That was very much on us. The initial events, totally outside of our control. But no, us deciding to go back into the well, very much a choice of free will. Anyone? Uh-oh. All right, so you're getting the microphone. That's fine. Why are you not coming through? Hello? Can you hear me? Am I coming through? Hello? Yeah, all right. OBS has me. Fascinating. Okay, so I kicked the power outlet, and thought maybe you muted? No, so I kicked the power outlet. Thankfully, I'm streaming from a laptop, so it has its own independent power. So I need to get the mouse working again. Ah, there it is. There's the mouse. Cool. All right, I think we're back. Everything's cool? All right. All right, so we dropped some frames there. Apologies for that. Seems good? All right, cool. Gotta be careful where I'm kicking my feet. All right. Well, that was an eventful ad break. Yes, so, what actually happened? Well, she got part of it right. All of a sudden, yesterday, it blows my mind this has all happened like within the span of 2 days. I was brought before the Ashan and they told me I was advancing early. Haha, yeah, right. You're serious? I know it's crazy, but I am. Really? You're a journeyman already. I thought we had until the end of this season. I did too, but apparently this happens sometimes. Wait, then... which concentration did you get? Was it Temple Guard like your dad wanted? Not quite. Sentry. Are you fucking with me? Nope. You're telling me everything Prava said was true? Well, I didn't die. That part's obviously not true. But the part about being a sentry and something horrible happening? Come to think of it, you look pretty beaten down. God, Aram. Are you okay? I thought about his question for a moment. So much had happened in such a short amount of time. How would I even begin to describe it to him? The way that the ancestors silently stalked through the grass? The vast, quiet darkness of the well? The desperate message left behind on that tablet? The sinking feeling that what had happened to them could happen to us? Yeah, so maybe don't yell at me. I am emotionally compromised right now. I'm unstable. It's been a rough 2 days for me. To our island. I'd wanted to try and explain myself to Tala. I really did. But I couldn't do it right. I lied, also. I lied about seeing more ancestors. Oh, yes. I'd lied to the Ashan as well. I lied to their faces. I lied to Sachita when I pretended everything was alright. Why do I keep lying? Why shouldn't I tell anybody what I've seen? Nobody would believe me. It was easier this way, but... it's Kanari. He's my best friend. Surely if I'm to tell anyone, it would be him? I've known Kanari my whole life. He and I have laughed together, played together, been there for one another. Even if it's Kanari, it's better if he's not implicated. It wouldn't accomplish anything. I'm okay, Khan. The story is only a little interesting. On my first day, an ancestor showed up. Really? What was it like? I can't really describe it. They're horrible, but we ended up destroying it, so everything's fine. Clearly, people made a bigger deal out of it than it really was. Damn. All of that on your first day. It sucked, bro. It was awful. Really bad. It looks like a weird animal skeleton. It's not good. A part of me is wondering, like, were they built as skeletons, or are the skeletons all that remain? Like, were they built to be sort of like realistic animals, and then just like whatever was, you know, covering them wore away after so long? And the skeleton is all that remains, sort of like a Terminator situation? I'm sorry to hear that. It sounds a lot easier than my day. I fired bowls for 6 hours. I can't argue with that. Huh. So, why didn't you come home? The Ashan wanted to ask me some questions. I guess they do that when an ancestor attacks. And, they wanted me to stay overnight at the temple. Ah, so that's all it was. I don't like that we're just sort of lying to everyone. I feel like we really should be telling people stuff. I really can't believe it. A journeyman already. I'm happy for you. Thanks, Khan. I'm happy about it too. I know it's not quite how he planned it. I don't know, I think he's at least committing to the bit. I understand the rationale of not wanting to deal with all of the hassle of everyone, like, maybe not believing you, slash, maybe being implicated in the crime of entering the well. But I feel like we're past that at this point. Like, we know something's up. Guess I'm the last one. You, Prava, and Sachita. Figures I would find a way to advance last. Figures. Well, it's a good thing they haven't held you back already. I feel like at least one person should know. So, like, Tala knows almost everything. He knows that, you know, the well is down there. He knows what the well looks like because he was also in there. He knows that we went down, that we found the writing and what it says. The only thing that Tala doesn't know is that there are still ancestors down there and that we've been fighting them. That's the only thing that Tala doesn't know. So I think Tala's probably the closest to being the one person who knows. But I feel like we tell people less and less the further up we go. I don't think anybody has missed high prayer more consistently than you. Shut up. There's no way they keep track of those things. Anyway, I don't really know what my tomorrow's gonna look like. They didn't have much time to explain my new responsibilities. But I'd better head to bed anyway. It's been a long 2 days. Yeah, God. I can imagine. I'll see you in the morning. Right. Good night. And, you know, I'm glad you didn't die. And all that. Me too. Alright. I'm trying to remember if there's anything else I can interact with here, but no, I don't think so. Time to just go to bed. Rest. Oh, I can also level up here. That's cool. Also, is it just me? But saying there's no ancestors down there, what if a person goes down to also explore based on that knowledge that they know because they want to confirm it for themselves but get attacked? Doesn't feel safe to be like, nah, bro, ain't nothing but a script down there. I mean, the only other person who might be tempted is Tala, and I don't think... Tala's so far been very reluctant to even, like, let me in the first place. I doubt Tala would themselves go down there. The real, I think, tell is going to be if we go down there, an ancestor comes out after we go down there, and they defeat it like normal, and then we come back out and report, yeah, no ancestors. I think that's going to be the real, like, rubber to the road moment for the lie. I don't know, my energy's kind of low. That's more than I can do. Let's just get some more energy. Save. And go to bed. Alright. Am I going to have weird dreams again? Probably. This feels like the kind of thing that would spur weird dreams. 2 boys were sparring in the courtyard. They were just boys, truly. No more than children. They were practicing, hitting each other with wooden rods in the shape of weapons, and blocking with makeshift shields. God's will sent it. I don't know what to tell you. You can probably spin some lie to justify it, but I feel like people's scruples are going to wear pretty thin pretty quick. The boys laughed and goaded each other on. It seemed to an observer almost play fighting, but there was an air of discipline about their movements. Even so young, both boys knew what it was they were practicing for. The taller of the two lost his footing and fell to his knees. He groaned in protest. "Come now, son." A gentle voice came from the edge of the courtyard. "Don't be discouraged. Regain your balance and try again." 2 men stood, watching the boys train. They watched intently, transfixed by pride, as the boys flailed about. Even watching such a graceless display. It was the sort of pride that only fathers feel for their sons. "Your boy has really come such a long way," said the first man, smiling and turning to his companion. The other man grinned and nodded his head. "Thank you, Ashadar. Though I fear I'm much too hard on him." The first man shook his head and laughed. "I've felt the same. My father was far more stern with me than I've ever been with Aram. He wanted me to be the best I could possibly be. A better man than himself, perhaps. He was often harsh. But at the end of the road, I feel I became the man he hoped for. I'm grateful for it." The taller boy landed a blow on the shorter boy just then, yelling out in triumph. The shorter boy quickly struck back, hoping to return the favor. But that doesn't mean he wasn't a bastard half the time. Both men shared a laugh. I am getting absolutely inundated with Discord notifications right now. Hold on. Let me silence this a little bit. I think that's probably coming from over here. Oh, who knows? Mute that for an hour. That'll be fine. All right, back to the grind. Both men shared a laugh. "You shouldn't worry, Bashkar. I don't think you're like that with your boy at all. Children are molded by their parents' best intentions. And I know you see great things for him. Think nothing more of it." The second man was silent for a moment, but soon turned and gave his companion a pat on the shoulder. "Thank you," he said. "You're an intelligent man, Ashadar. The island would be lost without you." The first man shook his head. "If there's one thing I hope for Aram, it's that he grows into a far smarter man than I." The two boys had dropped their weapons and begun to wrestle, kicking and shouting. The second man started towards them, but stopped himself momentarily. "By the way, Ashadar, how was it you chose Aram's name? Was it Malia's idea?" The first man was quiet for a moment. That's a story I'll have to tell you another time, I'm afraid." "What about you, then?" The second man smiled and resumed walking towards the children. "It was nothing, really. My wife simply loved the sound of it." He shouted at his son, "Kanari! Pick your weapon up and do it properly. This isn't the time to play." Okay. So Kanari used to be on the warrior track with us, it seems. Or I guess the wound bearer, as they're called. But then I think he probably got injured somewhere along the line, because I think he has a leg injury right now. I was awoken the next day with a sudden knock at the exterior of our home. I wasn't particularly refreshed, but it had at least been nice sleeping in my own room again. Pulling myself out of bed, I made my way downstairs, only to find a messenger boy standing in our entryway. He had let himself in, it seemed. "Good morning, wound-bearer Aram." "Oh, good morning. Apologies for coming at such an early hour. I bring word from the armory." "The armory?" "Now that you are a journeyman wound-bearer, you may occasionally be called upon for additional duties. The armory pulls names from a list of available journeymen when a task is required. You've been called. That's why I've come." "Oh, I see. That was fast. Certainly, this should have been explained to you right when you advanced, but there were complications that distracted us from the typical procedures. It's all right, I'm very aware. What's my task, then?" "The armory received a request from the temple for an escort for one of the Sunlight Maidens. You should accompany her to her destination and back to the temple safely. Oh, that's all? I understand. Once you've finished, your day is your own until you must report for your duty as sentry. Ah, all right. Thank you. Of course, it was a blessing. Yes, for me as well. Aram, can you keep it down, please? Oh, sorry. I'll be taking my leave then. I wonder which Sunlight Maiden it could be. If it's not Sachita, that's just kind of embarrassing. Gathering my belongings and my weapon, I quickly said goodbye to an agitated Kanari and ran out the door. I made my way quickly to the temple, still unsure when exactly I needed to be there. Fortunately, it seemed I was right on time. I stepped into the courtyard and immediately spotted a girl wearing the familiar deep reds of a Sunlight Maiden, waiting expectantly. Getting closer, I was shocked to see a familiar hooded face. Is that Sachita? Sachi? Aram! I can't believe it. They really sent you? Wow, what a coincidence. Oh, no, this isn't a coincidence. What do you think the odds of that would be? I asked for you specifically, of course. Wait, really? Well, I heard you'd already gone back to work, so I figured you might be available. Chat, she requested us specifically. Aren't we special? You were right about that. Though I didn't think they would actually give me any say in it. But I'm glad it's you. They, usually don't send me on errands. Twirl's hair moment? Yeah, absolutely. I think these two are, pretty uncontestedly into each other. Though I don't think either one of them has admitted it to the other yet. They, usually don't send me on errands. I ship it, yeah. Listen, we don't get a lot of opportunities for shipping in this game, but I ship this. When I do have to go, you know, I can tell it's uncomfortable for my escort. You shouldn't worry about that. Nope, not today. I have you to keep me company. Right. I'm at your disposal, my lady. Oh, please don't talk like that. You'll ruin it. Sorry. Should we get going, then? Please. Though, where exactly are we going? The storehouse today. All right, then. Shall we? Chat, we're going on a shopping date. With that, we left the temple gates and began in the direction of the storehouse. I walked just ahead of her, and she followed closely behind, keeping her hood low over her eyes and face. As we began to walk, I looked back to make sure she hadn't fallen behind. She caught my eye and gave me an eager smile. So, like, are we going to tell Sachita about any of this? This whole thing is ridiculous, don't you think? What is? Needing an escort just to walk a few blocks. Well, you're important, Sachi. What I am is expendable. There are dozens of girls at the temple that look and dress just like me. Wouldn't say just. Yes, obviously they have prettier skin. Very funny. That's not what I meant at all. What if somebody tried to hurt you? Who would honestly do that? Attacking a Sunlight Maiden? Nobody would ever touch me, you know that. Okay, I'll concede on this. You're right. It is a bit overdramatic. But I'm a journeyman now. It's a part of my obligation, so I'll do it. Hey, Aram. Are you sure you're okay? Being a sentry? It sounds so dangerous. Question gave me pause. Tell her. Tell her what happened. So what's a Sunlight Maiden and why are they important? They're like the religious figures of this society. They're the priestesses of the temple. They conduct the rituals. I don't know how often the rituals are conducted, but, you know, They lead prayer. They conduct ceremony. They're just sort of the central religious authorities of the society. They don't have governmental power, at least not direct. Like they hold a lot of sway, as any major religious figure would, but they're not like the leaders of the society. They're not the elders. That's the Ashan. They are the ones in charge of the temple, and thus the sort of the religious lives of the people of the town. The equivalent to a nun, kind of, yeah, like a nun or like a pastor or a priest, and any of these, major religious speakers and leaders. That's sort of what a Sunlight Maiden is. I guess I should also mention, for the sake of completeness of lore, they do have a form of magic in this game. We haven't gotten to use it yet, because we're a fighter, but a form of magic does exist in this society, and it's called archimancy, like architecture. It is magic that allows them to create materials from essentially thin air. So, like, they're on an isolated island. There's one tree on this island. So it has cultural and religious significance, so they can't chop it down to use for lumber. So to get wood, they use archimancy, and they basically conjure wood. They conjure all kinds of things, like brick, stone, cloth. Like, raw materials are basically conjured from magic in this culture. There's some lore stuff explaining how that came to be, but I'll probably only go over that when it becomes relevant. Her question gave me pause. I had the same feeling as last night, talking with Kanari. Obviously, I can't tell her about any of this. I dispute the obviousness of that fact, but go off, Aram. She's the last person who needs to know. You love her. She needs to know. She would worry and be afraid for me. I'm doing all of this so she doesn't have to worry for any reason ever again. Taking a moment to collect myself, I slipped into my confident persona once again. It was getting a little easier. Of course, what do you mean? It's only been a day or so and you're already back at work. I just want you to be safe, you know? I am, you don't have to worry. I told you, I wasn't hurt at all. And anyway, it's been quiet ever since. It's still scary. Prava was really worried too. I told her you were okay, but she's eager to see you. I only just got home last night. Right. I'm sorry for being so pushy. I really am excited for you too, though. You're a journeyman now. It's what you've always wanted. That's true. How does it feel? I don't know yet. But I'm really liking it so far, Sachi. I'll admit I'm liking it so far as well. Getting to talk your ear off more than usual, that is. Right. It's too bad, though. Advancing at a time like this. Do you mean the harvest? Yeah. I don't think everybody knows yet, but they're worried. And when people are worried, they tend to act out more. I see. We'd arrived at our destination, the conversation tapering out. The storehouse was an unassuming building, but one of the most important in the settlement. It held the majority of the island's food. Couriers and apprentices alike came and went, taking food for their workshop or field every so often. Sachito was probably tasked with bringing back a few days' worth. Though, I thought amusingly, I'll probably be the one carrying it all back. I looked at Sachita as we went through the doorway. Her smile had faded, and she seemed anxious. Good day. I'm here on behalf of the Sunlight Maidens to retrieve our portion for the week. My escort will... Hold on. They sent you this week? You're that cursed girl. Huh? I am. As I was saying, God's light, don't stand so close to me, girl. I might have touched you by accident. Ayo, they better watch it. This is the part that kind of like throws me a little bit, where it's like, she is very much a like major religious figure of this town. And there's still people that talk to her like this. That's fucked up. Like, this girl is supposed to be one who talks with God. Is like a medium for God, and like you're throwing this kind of lip her way. I feel like that's imprudent on your part. Hey. Not for long. I'm sorry. I'm just here to receive our... No. This isn't going to work. The woman behind the counter looked past Sachita and made eye contact with me. She spoke clearly, deliberately talking over her, as if she wasn't even in the room. You there, boy? Why's our question mark? Wound bearer? You need to go back to the temple and tell them to send another girl. You can't be serious. Hold on. I'm not giving anything to her. She's cursed, you know. You can tell by her skin. This is ridiculous. Sachita's not... She's not cursed. Aram, are you stupid or something, boy? Of course she is. I don't want her anywhere near me, let alone in the storehouse. Hey! Regardless of your personal feelings, she is a sunlight maiden, chosen by God. Aram, please. I could feel myself slowly losing composure. Yeah, no, this is my point. Like, she is chosen by God, and you're being like, no. Who the fuck are you? I was aware that Sachita hated it when I intervened on her behalf. For as long as I'd known her, I had, time and time again, watched her face insult and ridicule from others. Being around her, there was always the fear that we would cross paths with somebody who despised her enough to make a scene, like now. I'd learned early on that if I stepped in to defend her in any way, it only made her more upset. I don't really understand why, but watching her stand there and take it like always, I suppose I had forgotten how angry it made me. Perhaps everything I'd been through these past few days had worn my patience down. I took a step forward. I cast into the well upon thee. Yeah, you don't know what I've seen. I've been to Reno. It's unacceptable. Don't speak to her that way. Aram, why she got special treatment is beyond me. 'Cause she's chosen by God! What do you not get about this? Atheists, man. And making her a sunlight maiden, no less. But anyone with eyes can tell just by looking at her. It's not good to be in the same room as a girl who's cursed. I took another step forward, driven by anger now rather than logic. I wasn't sure what I was going to do, but I had a feeling it would be something very stupid. However, just as I was rearing up to cause a scene, a grave voice came from behind me. That's quite enough, Aram. It was my father, walking briskly through the doorway and to the counter. His voice stunned me into silence. Why is he here? I realized we still hadn't exchanged a proper word since the meeting before the Ashan yesterday. He gave me a sharp look, and the recent distance between us seemed heavy as air. Huh. A high wound bearer? She does not seem interested in this conversation at all. I already told the young one. I'm not giving that girl anything. She's cursed. Yes, I know. She shouldn't even be allowed in here, you know. Yes. I don't have time for this sort of unpleasantness with all we've got to worry about right now. Man, Dad, you could at least try and stand up for my girlfriend. I don't want her ruining the stores we've got left. Yes. There was a mistake at the temple. She shouldn't have been given this errand. Another Sunlight Maiden will be brought shortly. Man, I'm hoping Dad is gearing up for a sick burn. Nah. Oh, that's deeply unfortunate. I was really hoping that he would at least have our back a little bit. Sachita's back at least a little bit. Just then, Father turned. I had been silently watching him, surprised at his apologetic tone. His face was strained as he looked from me to Sachita, then back to me again. Sachita held her head low. How much must she hate this? I felt a pang of guilt in my chest. Aram, take her back to the temple, please. But wait! Now isn't the time. Please, Aram. You're a journeyman now. Do as I ask. All right. I'll take care of things here. Come on, Sachi. Let's go. I am very curious about what happened to Sachi. We walked in silence for a short while. I tried to think of something to say. Is she mad at me? Probably a little bit. She walked ahead this time, so I couldn't see her expression. As I was trying to think of a way to break the awkward silence, Sachita stopped suddenly. She didn't say anything. Sachi? I asked slowly. We should keep... Aram, she said quietly. I need to stop for a moment. Sachita turned off the street into a nearby alleyway, and I followed. Whoa, hey, items. This looks like an important place. Sachita, I'm sorry, Aram. Sorry? I'm sorry that this was such a mess. It wasn't a mess. Can you stop lying? Just for a few minutes? You didn't do anything wrong, though. That's not a lie. No. Of course, it had to be her there today. Her voice seemed to be breaking. She wiped one eye with the back of her hand. Tears streaked across her cheek, the red welts and scars glistening in the hazy light. It's so cruel. Every time, she pretends like she doesn't recognize me for a few seconds. But of course she does. She just wants me to think that I don't matter. That I'm so unpleasant that she's shocked and appalled all over again like it's the first time she's seeing me. Sachi. I know. I'm thinking about too much. I'm letting it get to me. I wasn't going to say that. It's a little frustrating, I think. I think it's more than a little frustrating. I think it's quite frustrating. They don't understand, Sachi. They don't understand that you're not cursed. It doesn't really matter, I think. I'm just... She had been holding it back, but now her tears came more readily. I'm just so tired of it, Aram. I thought it might be different if you were there. I'm so tired. When will my punishment be over? I desperately tried to think of something, anything to say. Yeah, we gotta tell her, Aram, come on! The seconds of silence were agonizing. This really is so pathetic. I wasn't any help back in the storehouse. Hello? Someone's blasting the music. Sachi, don't worry, I'm the chosen one. Okay, if you want to feel better about yourself, you should know that there are horrors beyond comprehension beneath our feet at this very moment. Does that help? Do you feel better? And now I can't think of a single comforting word to offer her. She's never this vulnerable with me. I need to say something right now to comfort her. Something. Anything. She needs me. There was only one idea in the back of my head. So despite my better judgment, I reached out and put my arms around Sachita. Okay, that's better. in this moment than telling her. I think this is probably the move. Yeah, she needs a hug right now. We can tell her about the well at a different moment. I held her in a tight embrace. She sobbed quietly into my shoulder for a moment, unmoving. But I soon felt her arms shift as she put them around my waist. We stayed that way for what was likely only a few seconds. It felt longer. Finally, she pulled away, rubbing her eyes. All right, then. I think I've had my fill of crying now. Oh, yeah? These things shouldn't still make me cry. I'm not a little girl anymore. I think you're brave about it. That was so soppy, Aram. Thank you. Yeah. If you're ready, I still need to take you back to the temple. Okay, I'm ready now. But, please don't tell your dad that I was crying. I don't want him to know. Will you promise? I promise, of course. Good. You can take this hysterical maiden back now. Oh, I want to know what those little shiny things are. With that, I took Sachi the rest of the way back to the temple, and we parted ways. We said our goodbyes and nothing else. And as I turned away, she gave me an odd smile and a wave. After what had happened in the alleyway, neither of us were quite sure what else to say. I'm not sure if what I did helped or not, but she hugged me back, right? It felt like the only thing I could do, really. I can't remember the last time I saw her like that. Maybe things are finally moving forward between us. She was so open with me today. Still, I wasn't able to do anything at the storehouse, even as a journeyman. All I could do was stumble over my words and get angry. It's not enough. Yet another reason why I have to do this. Why I have to continue to explore the well. Sachi was right after all. This famine brought out the worst in people. If there's any chance that there's a better place out there, I'll find it. I passed the next few hours without doing much in particular. It was odd to have so much time on my hands now. I was used to training for most of the daylight hours, and now that my time was my own, it seemed I was squandering it. The sun was beginning to set, and just as I considered heading home to sleep for a few hours before my shift at the garden, a familiar voice called out to me. Huh? It's Prava! Aram, there you are. Oh, Prava. I, completely forgot to come and see you after... Oh, no. Don't give me that crap. I can't believe you. Hold on. You advanced to Journeyman early and don't tell anyone? Well, that's... You go missing, and then I hear from Kanari this morning that you'd suddenly come home? And I still haven't heard from you? I'm sorry. Really, I am. I couldn't get away. They've had me at the temple since last night, so... Really? So that's all it was. God's light. I was really worried. I know. I'm sorry for disappearing on everyone, but I'm fine. I'm just settling into my new responsibilities. Right. Well, that's exciting, no? Hard to believe you're already a journeyman. Feels like Sachi and I have been waiting forever for you two to catch up. Forever? Hasn't been that long. Oh, God. I'm supposed to be doing an errand right now. Everyone yells at us. It's very aggressive friend group. Hey, you. We haven't seen each other in 2 days. What the fuck? Explain yourself. Maybe I'm just doing stuff on my own, you know? I got a bit sidetracked seeing you here. That's alright. I won't keep you. Sorry, I should go. Why don't you drop by the kiln soon? I'm on my way back now. You know, if you've got some extra time on your hands. Khan and I would love to see you and chat whenever. Well, seems I do have a lot more free time now. Hydrate and a stretch? You've perfectly anticipated. I was just about to take a drink anyway. And a stretch. Ooh. Magic indeed. You have seen through the veil of space and known what I was going to do. Thank you very much for the care package, Sivari. Everyone take care of yourselves. Drink your water. Stretch your muscles. I don't know. Maybe get some food if you need food. Good water. Well, it seems I do have a lot more free time now. If you don't mind, then. Sure. Great. Hopefully we'll see you soon. Free time continued. New quests will periodically appear between free time sections. Be sure and check back on obligations you've already visited to make sure you don't miss any, as certain quests may have only a brief window in which you can complete them. As a reminder, make sure that you're well prepared for your report for sentry duty each evening. In addition to completing side quests, it's a good idea to take care of any other errands you might have, such as upgrading your weapons at the armory or your wound kit at the hospice. Oh, I didn't know you could do that. You never know when your next opportunity will be. The kiln and the hospice are now open. You may now explore the full settlement. Yay! I'm debating if I take a nap. Bed to be comfy. Bed do be comfy. It's very true. If you're feeling like a nap, why deprive yourself? Take a nap. Do what you gotta do. Okay. We're just you again today? It's just me every day. Do you know how many new apprentices the library got this season? Exploration. We do get some exploration. This is nice. And I don't have to worry about fighting ancestors. 0. That's right. Literally none. Really? Well, they've been steadily moving children out of history keeping into other obligations for the last few years. Guess they consider it a pretty low priority. Can't blame them, honestly. But if things continue as they are, the next apprentice at the library will probably be my kid. God, that's kind of depressing, isn't it? Well, the bright side is that you get to run things around here, right? You sound like the library master. What that means in practice is I have to do literally everything. Speaking of, have anything for barter today? Haven't been asked that in a while. Let me look. Items. Now, again, this is sort of like... I'm still not 100% certain on how one barters in this game. The vast majority is... Like, so what do I... Price 150. 150 what? I'm so confused by the barter system. I think it's like... I think it's these memory irons or whatever. Unless it's... What do I mean? When you're ready? Okay. Unless it's like... consumables and materials. What is this? Why are question marks there? There's still something... There's still an entire mechanic of this game that I haven't been introduced to yet. Yeah, I think this is probably not a short game. Which is fine. It's good, so I'm enjoying it. Material. Used to upgrade weapons and shields. Red. In the armory, made by Sunlight Maidens. Fracture build-up, these things. I don't know where I'm supposed to be salvaging stuff. Okay, I guess we can go this way. What is this? The hospice. Very nice. Very nice. Yes, yes? What do you need? Oh, will this take long? We're very busy. If you have something to say, please hurry and say it. Yes. Is there anything for barter today? That's all? Fine, fine. Have a look. Quickly, please. Sorry. Yeah, I mean, these are useful. So, like, if I wanted to buy that, I think it is the same currency as I use to upgrade skill points and stuff. So, might be worth farming that. Good to know. The armory. Do you want to have a fight? What is this? I can't believe you. Walking back in here so casually like nothing even happened. People were saying you'd been killed. Seriously. Killed. I know. But I wasn't. God. Guess this means you've surpassed me, seeing as you're a journeyman now. But advancing early? Come on. That's complete bullshit. Listen, Aram. I was serious when I said I'd win next time we fought. I've gotten even stronger than before. You won't beat me again. So let's do it. Right here and right now. God's light. Give it a rest, Saj. I'm sure Aram's in no mood to... It's alright, I accept. Good. I won't hold back even a little bit. Especially now. Come on, then. You have no idea what I've seen, Sagen. I wasn't entirely sure why I had agreed. That competitive spirit I'd had just a few days ago, now that I'd become a journeyman, it had completely left me. But it had been replaced with a new feeling. A burning desire. A desire to avoid the embarrassment I'd been subjected to, knowing that Sachita had been afraid for me. I won't let her see a single crack. Not anyone. No matter what happens to me. Alright, let's accept the challenge. Not doing too bad. Ooh, okay. Ooh, okay. Got a quick strike there. Well, I fear I may have done more harm than good. I fear I might just be, it's not even a fair fight at this point. Damn it. Damn it. You're way too fast. It's alright. If you'd like to try again, I'll take you on. Anytime. I'm learning your movements. Eventually, you'll run out of tricks. You'll see. Sure. Picked up 2 marks of honor. Huzzah. Why are you looking at me like that? Just because you're a journeyman now doesn't mean we're, you know, the same. What? Yeah, I heard everything. I've still got 4 years on you, understand? Whatever. Yeah, 147. Okay, so it is the same points. Items trade. We can trade. Price is 140. Worn ritual shield. So why trade? Why is trade an option? That wouldn't let me do Mark of Honor. I can buy a Mark of Honor. That feels like I don't know, cheating. Yeah, I might have to like look up how to do the bartering in this game. I feel like I'm missing something important about how this works. In any case. Oh, wait. I can use this. Upgrade items. I do have perfect metal. That's going to be cool. Okay, so if I... Apprentice Short Sword level 2. Stamina absorption from 5% to 6.8%. Knockback absorption. This does increase the stamina cost, but 2 times 12 plus 2 to 17. What is that? I don't feel like that. You know what? Let's try. Two times 17 plus 2. Okay, yeah, that's where the number changed. Got it. Very good. We've got a nice spiffy sword. And what's all this way? Ah, this is an area that I haven't seen before. I might be heading towards the kiln. Oh no, that's the sentry duty. No, I want to not go that way yet. Where's the kiln? I've yet to visit the kiln, and I'd like to speak with my friends. That's the hospice. Okay. Good, 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 good. The library, the temple. On this side, what would the kiln look like? About the fields? I do. The harvest was bad this year, right? Worse than bad. Our portions were cut in half today. Maybe they're just being conservative and saving more food than usual. God willing, that's all it is. Loom, you don't have any quests for me. Oh, no, wait, you do. Master Varashi, the dye maker. Oh, Aram. Good timing. My apprentices are busy this afternoon. Do you think you could perform a short errand for me? Oh, of course, Master Dye Maker. What do you need? Oh, don't look so nervous. It's nothing so important as that. I lent the kiln a jar of sky blue dye, and I've been meaning to go and collect it back. Ah, is that all? Easy. I'll be back in a few minutes. Oh, and dear? Take care not to spill any. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. It is rather hard to make that shade of blue. Yes, of course. I'll be very careful. Okay. Why do I have a bad feeling about that quest? Well, in any case, I'm headed to the kiln. Clothier. Can I go up? I cannot. I remember there being an item somewhere on a roof. This is the depot, and it wasn't here. That's fine. No quests as it stands. Whatever this is. How old are you, son? Wasn't there items in that one alley, too? Yeah, there was. I'm just not sure where in the map that is. I'm about 19. Ah, how exciting. I recall that time in my life. It was the first time things really began to change. How so? well, people start to think of you as an adult, of course. But it's more than that. You'll know soon enough, I'm sure. I hope so. Okay, so we've got like an actual age on Aram. There it is. That's what I'm looking for. So Aram's about 19. If we can find that alleyway, that would be neat. I just need to try and figure out where it is. The courier outpost. Can I go up here yet? Oh, would you mind not going up there? There's a mess up there, so I haven't had a chance to organize it yet. Oh, sorry. Yeah, you're not going to let me have that item. Should I just be... Oh! Hey, there are alleyways. Ceramic shards. That's probably what we're going to find in all of them, but I didn't even notice that we could go down alleys. Is this my housing? Alright. Fairly certain I know what's in there. This looks like the kiln. Yeah, that's a kiln for sure. That's a... Yeah, that's the kiln. You have a mission. Hey, Aram. Hello. I'm here on behalf of the Loom. Sounds like they lent the kiln some blue dye. They'd like it back, if that's okay. Oh, sure. They told me to expect someone today. Didn't think it would be you, though. Yeah. You sure do a lot of errands for people, Aram. Say no sometimes. I'll be sure to remember that when you want help with something. Say it to other people. Alright, we've got that. I'm not going to go into those rooms yet. I'm going to just take this back and look for other alleyways that we can go into. Okay, that's kind of funny. You know, this game has a good sense of humor. Okay, so I can... There's that alleyway. But that's not what I'm... Oh, I can't go in this one, eh? Not you. Not you. Is there like a sign? Ah. There's a lot of alleyways that I can go into, actually. Red powder. I do like the pixel art style. It's very beautiful. It's an absurdly beautiful game. I really like this style. I've said before that the character art reminds me a lot of Sivari's character art, which is always a good thing. All right. What? I think the sign of an alley that you can enter are like these boards. This is it. This is the alley that we had ducked into. Red powder. Ceramic shards. Alright. Nothing insane, but, I mean, these are potentially useful items that I might be able to barter somehow once I figure out how the hell that system works. Is where we find out that C worked for the game. Ah, yes, I had suspected this might be possible. Alright, I think I'm gonna go drop this off at the clothier. Where is the clothier? I'm sure I'm gonna memorize where all of these things are by the end of the game. Wait, the loom. That's the ticket. Here, master. I brought it back. Wonderful. And I didn't spill any. Don't worry. I didn't think you would, dear. Oh, Master Die Maker. I was wondering about the color. It's so beautiful. How do you make it? There's nothing on the island that looks like that shade of blue. Yes, you're quite right. We use archimancy to make them, and carefully follow the schema that have been passed down through the generations. Part of my duties is to maintain them. If we ever lost even one, a beautiful color might fade from the world entirely. I can't let that happen. But it wasn't always like this. What do you mean? Well, Aram, If you have a spare few minutes, I can tell you the story. The story of how the island lost its colors. Really? I'd love to hear it. Varashi tilted her head back thoughtfully, taking a moment to compose herself before she started speaking. Long ago, there was a sunlight maiden named Maka. She was young and lovely, and it was her duty to tend to the temple's garden. Yes, you see, in that time, the settlement would bloom each year with flowers of many different colors, not just the white sunflowers we see today, but burning reds, ocean blues, and sunset pinks. Oh, just imagine it, Aram. Imagine the beauty we lost. In her spare time, Maka would take flowers to her room and study them. They say she was a brilliant mind, and sought an understanding of the flowers' natural pigments so that she might be able to replicate them with archimancy. Indeed, we attribute the very schema for colored dye we use today to Maka and her work. And so it was that we became able to make dye. Alongside this discovery, of course, came the desire to use the flower's color in all things: paint, carpets, clothing. Dye became the very symbol of beauty. So beautiful that wearing dyed clothing, or having a dyed carpet in your sleeping room, these things became a symbol of status or importance. Things that made you better than your neighbors without them. Almost overnight, the settlement began to change. Varashi stopped suddenly, with a puzzled expression on her face. Oh my, how did it go again? She sat deep in thought for a minute longer, but at last let out a tired sigh and shook her head. Sorry, dear. Seems the rest has slipped my mind. It's awful getting old. Oh, it's all right. I enjoyed the first part anyway. No. I'll remember soon enough. Come back sometime and I'll finish the story. All right, we've got a multi-part epic here. I think maybe she's creating dramatic suspense. I promise. Of course. I will. Thank you. Oh, we got some dye out of the deal. Very cool. All right, now that that's done, I'm going to head back this way to... Actually, I think it might be closer to go to my apartment to save. There's the clothier. There's the depot. And I'm not sure what this building is. I feel like we must be somewhat close. Yeah, there's this building that won't let me get on the roof. And here's our apartment. We are going to save. Travel. Oh, you can fast travel between the different beds. That's weird in the context of this world, but okay, we'll go with it. That's, you know, that's a Souls-like for you. All right. I've been snoozing too many ads. We are, unfortunately, at the hour where we must end the stream for today. I really like this game. This is cool. I'm having a good time, and I'm getting better at it, it seems. The combat has sort of gotten into a groove in my mind. We are periodically going down into the well, learning things. We've got some theories about what this world is and what happened to it. I'm looking forward to more. Thanks for streaming. Thank you so much for being here, everyone. Let me decide who we are going to raid. Who is online on twitch.tv right now? Well, we have got Kixie. Oh, who's doing a birthday stream? Of course. Why? Kixie, you didn't tell me that it was your birthday today. You were in chat. I am about to have words with Kixie. All right, we're raiding Kixie so I can be angry at them for not saying that it was their birthday. All right. Here's the raid messages. Hero Aram coming soon. I think we are definitely on a hero's journey of our own. All right, so grab whatever raid message you like. I'm going to grab this one. You're going to raid. Call me Pixie. Ba-bam. And that is off. All right. Thank you all very much for joining me for another episode of A Song of Sunlight. A very compelling game that I have been adoring so far. We are going to be right back again here next week. Same time, same place. 1 p.m. EST here on the DJ Atomica. I hope to see you then. If not, I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, a wonderful rest of your week, and make sure you stop by Ender Empress's 24-hour 2.0 debut, because you'll get to see, first of all, a number of things that Ender has prepared for the 24-hour celebration. I have seen only a couple of them, but they all look really cool. And, of course, the lore video that I helped to work on is also going to be debuting there as well, so check that out. And, as always, stay true to yourselves, everyone.